Hey Buns, so while I am overall very excited for Endwalker, there are still some things here and there that I'm concerned about, like the fact it seems like we're probably not going to be getting more glamour dresser slots. That hasn't been confirmed, but I'm a little worried. And I was wondering if there's anything that you're concerned about, anything you're worried about in Endwalker, or something you might want more clarification on. That's the question that I asked on Twitter, and I will be going through all of your replies now. Obviously, I can't show every reply, but we'll see what you have to say. Is there anything I should be worried about that I'm not? Let's find out. Worried about character deaths, and more importantly, how am I supposed to keep my pants up with no belts? People will be dying and the world ending while I'm there holding my pants like an idiot. Well, I mean, just let them go. That's the only way to reach the full moon. I'm worried that the changes coming for buying a house will actually make the whole process possibly worse than it is now. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not possible. Like, it's so bad. There's literally nothing they could do that could make it worse. As a sprout of almost 8 months, I'm worried I won't be able to catch up on main story quests before Endwalker releases. Well, why are you on Twitter? You need to get off Twitter and start leveling. Get to it, hop to it, start questing. You know, if something happens to my boy Alphino or Alice, I will become the calamity. I'm mostly worried and concerned that it will be too epic and too great of an expansion that it will ruin my life from being too addicting and ignoring all of my adult responsibilities. Well, you can make it easier by just combining sleep with playing Final Fantasy XIV. Like, you can pick up this gamer mattress, and then you'll be able to play Final Fantasy XIV while you are in bed. Sincerely hope that fully open cross DC, any DC to any DC, so not region locked, data center visit is available for Oceanic server launch. Now, I actually recognize this Twitter account. This is for the Australia, New Zealand Final Fantasy XIV community. And yeah, that would be pretty awful if they release the Oceanic server, presumably with housing on it. So you would want to go there and get your house, but then you don't have cross DC yet. That's not region locked. Yeah, that's a super legitimate concern. I'm just worried to be able to log in when Endwalker releases, because the servers already have the durability of a Pringle after the recent flood of new people joining the game. Once you pop, you don't stop, right? I'm worried about being a bunny boy and no hat glamours on head still, no additional hairstyles. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that too. It seems that the real trick is putting the rabbit in the hat. I'm mostly worried about the main story quest, more so Xenos and Ethel. I love the censoring. Seem to be extremely flat characters so far. I'm hoping they'll have more going for them in the background other than pure chaos. Still, my expectations will remain low. Well, I personally think that they are suspiciously flat. They are suspiciously extreme characters, and I wonder if they are really meant to be like narrative devices, narrative tools. Well, they are definitely tools. I know it got ragged on a lot from the Job Actions trailer, but the state of Scholar really worries me. Not necessarily about viability, but sometimes what's more important is perceived balance and how a job feels to play. Wow, that's really true. I think especially for a lot of people who are coming from WoW, who have most likely suffered with the idea of perceived power, perceived balance, even if the job maybe is not as imbalanced as a lot of players generally believe. If Scholar, like, I feel like maybe the memes on Scholar have gotten a little bit out of control, and maybe the perception will already have spread that Scholar bad, Scholar bad, just play Sage, or, and people just not thinking about it very much, people who don't actually know what they're talking about. I'm just worried my friends won't like it. So the main reason why I started playing the game will be completely null. I'll still love the game and keep playing. Playing with friends would be nice. Well, what you can do is just have your friends come over for the launch and lock the doors and don't let them stop playing until they like it. Can I be worried that they'll add another ocean fishing title that's better than world-class troller? Please no galactic troller. Did you ever get that, Mr. Happy? I remember you were going for it, but I mean, you kind of had it all along, didn't you? Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High being more difficult because of the class changes. I just got Lonely Explorer. That means they soloed Heaven on High and want to go for Necro. So they want to solo Palace of the Dead and get the Necromancer title. I personally think that it might be the case that Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High become easier to solo because of the class changes or from the new jobs, like consider the fact that Sage is a job that can put a buff on themselves that will heal themselves while they do damage. Like that sounds very good for soloing Palace of the Dead, but we don't know what it will be like in there with the scaling and all that, so time will tell. I'm worried about the soles on my shoes with the scholars constantly making me run. Rowena will make a fortune off replacements. Hey, I guess when the scholar improves our movement speed, we're really going to be booking it. This might be mundane, but Black Mage having such small explosions compared to Summoner. Shadowbringer's job action video got me into the game, and Black Mage has been my favorite. But seeing Summoner get so much better looking explosions, I guess it's time to change. Explosion envy? I made Warlock and WoW from vanilla to Kata, where an overhaul completely destroyed the class, in my opinion. I've only been playing 14 for about a year, but it's been primarily as a summoner. I want to be optimistic about the changes, but I'm worried about the class after. Well, it kind of depends on what kind of a Warlock you were. Like why you mained Warlock. Was it for the dots? Because if so, I have some bad news. I'm worried about not getting the Savage tier cleared in time to start Dragon Song. For a second, I was like, what year is it? Then I remembered that Dragon Song is ultimate. Right away. I'm just here to get crushed by French Catholic elf knights the size of Home Depot Halloween skeletons. As a Sprout, I'm worried that there are being tons of new things I don't understand, even more than there is now. Thankfully, your videos always help out. Oh, thank you. Well, Blitzball. I'm worried they won't give me Blitzball. Were they giving the monks Masterful Blitz? Is that not what you asked for? I get a little nervous with the idea of them gut punching me with someone dying, only for them to come back yet again. I know it's a FF staple, but like, stop. Yeah, I completely agree. No more fake out deaths, please. Unless it's my favorite character that you want to bring back, that's okay. Someone else worried Shadowbringers set the bar too high and hoping that they can make Xenos a better villain because they disliked him in Stormblood, like many people did. I liked him when he was walking away. Glam plates. We can't even have one for every battle job right now, let alone including crafters or now Reaper and Sage. Add on any extra glams you may want for other reasons, then I would honestly think a comfy amount would be to double the amount of plates. Yeah, I agree. Double the amount of plates and double the amount of slots. They want people to keep on buying those retainers. Kind of worried about people who might pick up Sage as their first healer job because it looks to be one of the more complicated healers, especially since it starts at level 70. I feel like in the early days of Endwalker, anytime I join a group that has a random Sage in it, I'm just gonna feel like I'm in danger. I may never emotionally recover from the conclusion of this story. I'm still not recovered from Shadowbringers. Like, I don't think I ever will be. But that's okay. It's okay. I'll remember. I'm worried that every Scholar player is going to have to spend an inordinate amount of time justifying their existence versus the meme. Yeah. I'm worried I'm not going to have enough PTO at work to take all the time I'll want. Well, an easy solution to that is just play at work. I mean, that's what I did back in the day. When I was addicted to World of Warcraft, I worked as a front desk receptionist at an art gallery, and I had my desk, I had my laptop under here, and customer would come up and say, oh, hello, excuse me, and I'd say, oh, just a moment, with my headphones. I'll be with you in just a moment, thank you. I'm finishing a raid. I'm worried I'll forget all my other responsibilities and just degen no life the main story quest. No worries, because you will be able to cook, clean your house, walk the dog, anything else that you have to do while you're sitting in the queue to log into the game. Okay, so I have finished reading through all of the responses on YouTube and Twitter that I could find, and there were some general themes that were recurring. The biggest one, I think, is people worried that it's not going to live up to the hype of Shadowbringers, but I think that maybe not overhyping it would be a good step because, I mean, Shadowbringers did set a very, very high bar. We can hope that maybe the rest of the expansion will have some excellent features, that the job changes will be fun, because realistically, what you're engaging with the majority of the time, they're playing an expansion is with the jobs and with the content, with the dungeons and the raids. So, look, even if the story is a complete flop, I don't think that necessarily means that the whole expansion would suck to play. Another recurring theme is, of course, the memes about Scholar, and personally, I'm more worried about player perception of Scholar than Scholar itself, though we'll have to wait till the media tour embargo is lifted before people will get more information about what Scholar will actually be like. So for now, it kind of is just in meme territory. And the last one that was a super, super popular concern, maybe the biggest, most popular concern, was the one that I shared, was the one with the glamour plates and the inventory space situation. Like, I really don't know if there's a game that I've played, maybe like Animal Crossing, that had a really, really bad inventory, but it's one of the worst inventory systems in any game that I've ever played, and in an MMO it's horrible. And so us not hearing about any new glamour plates, any new glamour slots, any new inventory, they're kind of working on the inventory a bit. I mean, that's why belts are going away, but yeah, that's a major concern for many. Overall, if you didn't get a chance to respond in these posts that I made, maybe leave a comment under this video and let me know what you may or may not be concerned about in Endwalker. Maybe you're not concerned about anything. Maybe you're just trust the devs completely. And honestly, for the most part, I do trust the devs. Buns, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free just by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow Warriors of Light. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.